People are getting dumber. Here's your chance to get rich, the age of stupidity. And how to outsmart it. Have you ever felt like people are getting dumber? That conversations feel more shallow, attention spans shorter, and curiosity almost extinct? What if I told you? This isn't just a feeling. It's real. And not only is it real, it's measurable. But here's the twist. While most people see it as a tragedy, you can use it as your greatest advantage. Let me explain. The Great Reversal of Human Intelligence. For decades, human IQ was rising. It was called the Flynn effect. Each generation scored higher on IQ tests than the last. Science celebrated it as proof of our evolution. But recently, researchers noticed something terrifying. That curve is no longer climbing. It's collapsing. In countries like Norway, Germany, Denmark, and yes, the United States, the average IQ has started to fall. In 2023, a study showed the average American IQ dropped from 100 to 98. That may not sound dramatic, but it is. Because when it comes to intelligence, this isn't just numbers. It's the trajectory of civilization. And while we joke about it online, people are so dumb these days. What's happening is anything but funny. It's a mass regression, but it doesn't have to include you. Why we're getting dumber. And no one's talking about it. Let's get to the root. Why is this happening? Why are we becoming cognitively weaker in an age of unlimited information? 2 words: dopamine overload. You see, our brains evolved in an environment of scarcity. Scarcity of food, of information, of stimulation. Our ancestors had to read the wind to sense danger, sit for hours to learn from elders. They trained focus, or died without it. Now, we get 100 videos in 5 minutes, each one louder, faster, more chaotic than the last. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they aren't just entertainment. They're reprogramming your brain, and not for the better. Your reward system hijacked, your focus fragmented, your memory weakening by the day. Because when your brain gets used to high-frequency dopamine spikes, slow, deep learning starts to feel painful. Books? Too slow? Conversations? Too boring? Critical thinking? Too much work. And we wonder why reading comprehension scores are collapsing. But wait, it gets worse. You think this only affects kids? Think again. Adults are losing their edge too, even college students. A 2022 study found that 38% of university students in developed countries are functionally illiterate, meaning they can read, but can't understand what they read. Imagine getting a degree and not being able to explain a basic paragraph. This is the decline, and it's not slowing down, because it's not just about tech. It's also about what we consume. Short videos. Mindless. Scrolling. Pornography. Another huge villain in this story. Just like fast content, porn floods your brain with synthetic dopamine. It rewires your reward system, destroys your motivation, erodes your confidence, and accelerates anxiety and depression. It's not just about morality, it's about mental decay. So what can you do? The shift. From victim to outlier, let's be real. You're watching this right now. You're already doing something most people won't. You're absorbing long-form content. You've stayed beyond the 90-second mark. That alone puts you ahead of 95% of people online. Now imagine if you did that every day. That's the secret. Because in a world where attention is collapsing, focus becomes a superpower. While the masses sink into cognitive quicksand, you can train your mind to climb, and it starts with a decision. 1. Control your input. The average person spends 3 to 4 hours a day on social media. Consuming noise. Comparison. Distraction. Start small, cap your dopamine junk food at 30 minutes a day. Entertainment should be dessert, not your entire diet. Then replace it with brain fuel. Long-form videos, like this one, podcasts, documentaries, audiobooks, conversations with depth your brain will resist at first because it's addicted, but once you reclaim it, you win. 2. Read books. Seriously, this isn't a cliché, it's a revolution. Reading is mental weightlifting. It forces your brain to visualize, to imagine, to work, and that's why most people avoid it. We've lost the patience, but those who rebuild it build empires. Look around. Every top CEO, investor, creator reads. Not because they have time, but because they make time. Start with 10 pages a day, every morning or every night. No distractions, just words and your mind. Within weeks, you'll feel the shift. 3. Learn high-value skills. There's never been a time like this. You have the world's knowledge in your pocket, and most people use it to watch prank videos. But you can learn storytelling, copywriting, AI tools, digital marketing, programming, emotional intelligence, sales psychology. Each of these skills can print money, and they're free to learn. If you focus, you don't need college. You need commitment. 4. Become a creator, not just a consumer. Here's a truth no one teaches. Consumers make billionaires. Creators become billionaires. When you watch a movie, someone profits. When you make one, you profit. The internet rewards creation. It doesn't care about your age, your degree, your background. It cares about what you can make. Content, products, value, learn to create, and you'll never be broke again. This is the new divide. Forget old school status. Ivy League degrees, brand names, resumes. The new divide isn't rich versus poor. It's focused versus distracted, smart versus lazy, disciplined versus addicted. And the craziest part? The system won't save you. It wants you distracted. Because distracted people buy more, complain less, and never ask hard questions. But you're not here to be normal. You're here to escape that loop, to evolve. Final truth. Most people are getting dumber. That's the harsh truth. But for those who resist, those who build while others scroll, those who learn while others laugh, those who create while others consume, there's no limit. We're entering a new renaissance, but only for the aware, for the self-made, for the rebels. So, if you've watched this far, you've already proven you're different. Now make the shift permanent. If this made sense to you, imagine what it could do for someone still lost in the noise. Share it, and be the spark that wakes someone up.